All right, everybody, welcome into Around the Felt, episode number 39. As you can see, it's not on our graphic because we got a big giveaway coming out. I'm rocking the black hoodie right now. The guy to the left of me, Mr. Colin Tong, is rocking the red one.
The red is so cool.
That's going to be out tomorrow. By the time you're listening to this podcast, it'll actually be out tonight. So make sure you check it out on the website and the Instagram and place your orders because they are comfy. Made by Masterpiece Designs. Did a great job. We're super happy with them, so get yourself one.
Absolutely. The giveaway is live.
Yep.
Winners will be announced on Saturday, so enter those and make sure you pick up yours tomorrow. Makes a great holiday gift, along with a nice bottle of Worst Manhattans. But Reagan, I'm excited for Week 15. Big games, big playoff implications. Let's get into the news, all right?
All right, let's hear it.
Not a lot. Jefferson says he is going to play.
Okay.
Good news for fantasy holders, good news for the Vikings.
Madison is out, though.
Madison is out. That was next on the news. And Ty Chandler is expected to get a lion's share of the workload.
Yeah, Jared Crampton's league winner.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Crampy, I hope so, because I have Madison in my dynasty, and I was figuring out who to start at Flex 2. I had Jaden Reed in there. I like the matchup against the Bucks, but when Madison got ruled out, Chandler was on the waivers. I just added him right away and plugged him in, because with no Madison there, I think Chandler's going to get over 20 touches, because they were kind of splitting. Madison was getting more, but, you know, Chandler was definitely eating into it a bit. So, Ty Chandler this week, lead me to the promised land. Also, Darren Waller is expected to return on Sunday. 21-day practice window open. He says he feels good. He says he's ready to go.
Does he like cutlets?
Well, we will see if Tommy Cutlets likes the Waller. Hopefully, they have a good connection, and the Giants can keep this rolling. As a Giants fan, you know, DeVito's gone on this run without Darren Waller, who is their premier target. So hopefully, DeVito only gets better with Waller back in the fold. And finally, looks like Isaiah Pacheco is going to be out again.
That's killer.
This upcoming Sunday.
That
has not
is
practiced
killer.
yet. And you can tell that the Chiefs' offense did struggle without Pacheco. He adds a lot of juice.
Yeah.
When he gets going downhill, you know, Reed likes to run the ball a little more.
CEH and McKinnon, you can't run them the same way in the tackle, like in between the gaps.
No, you can't. McKinnon's more of a change of pace, receiving threat, and Clyde just sucks. He's just slow. I don't like him at all.
So that's killer. I got him in a couple leagues. That's killer.
Heartbreaker, man. If you got Pacheco in fantasy, shout out Coco.
And you don't even want to. In the other two options, they're going to be splitting, so it's not even like there's that one guy you could just pick up and plug
you're
in.
just touchdown dependent at that point.
Yeah,
Which,
I mean,
for your playoffs,
I think I'd rather McKinnon.
Yeah, I'd definitely rather McKinnon.
So
100%, just because the PPR upside. So not a lot of news today, guys, but we're going to transition into the questions. Lots of questions today, I believe. Appreciate you guys submitting them.
Yep.
Joe, what do we got?
Start off, Raiders are currently in the red zone, so not looking good for the first touchdown.
Joshua Palmer, no, it is not. It is not.
They're dealing with 3rd and 10 right now. So.
Okay.
But to more important things, we got our questions. And we got, guess who?
Austin.
Start us off.
Every damn time.
Hey, buddy.
Not a football question, but who do you guys think is going to win the main event at UFC 296? Edwards or Covington?
Oh, I love
Covington.
the UFC question.
Covington.
Ah, man. I want Covington, but I feel like it's going to go to the distance, and I feel like Leon's going to get the nod.
I am going Covington by decision. I think it's definitely going to go to the distance. I just think he's going to wrestle him the whole entire time, and yeah.
I do think it goes the distance, though. I don't think there's going to be a finish.
Raiders ball on the 1 yard line?
Yep.
First and Renfro.
Okay, next. What do you guys think of Pat Mahomes freaking out on the refs? Should the refs have called an offensive offsides with less than 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely should have.
It's the big talk. I understand Mahomes' point saying they want the players to decide the games, not the refs.
The Chiefs always get bailed out by the refs. Okay?
The Chiefs always get the benefit of the doubt. Like, the hit on DeVito Monday night, if that's Mahomes, that's 15 yards, and the guy might get ejected. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah. And touchdown.
Yeah, number 35. Who's that? Zamir White?
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like Zamir White.
Let's go.
Wow. All right.
Well, the wheel did not hit today, guys, but it's okay. It's okay.
Trust Easton.
So, yeah, I understand Mahomes' point that they want the players to decide the game and not the refs, and that usually holds true for, like, holding penalties and PIs. But when he's clearly offsides, like, you can't argue that one.
He was way offsides.
You can't argue that one. I think Mahomes was being a crybaby after the game. He did go back on his words and say that was emotion speaking. So, he kind of came back on it. But, yeah, it was definitely the right call.
the refs should sue his ass and boo his ass. No, I don't know. He just seemed like a baby. He really did come across as a baby.
He did come across as sort of loser.
Dude, like, you've won Super Bowls. It's one game in a long season. Like, the game wasn't decided on that play.
I think the Chiefs are better going to roll.
You shouldn't have been in that position to start with.
You know, the next 4 games the Chiefs play, like to finish regular season, they're all against backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, man. But
with that defense, they better win out.
Better, but we'll see. I mean, Denver could still win the division, too. Because they're only a game out now.
Yeah, but
and
Chiefs...
They split head-to-head, so...
They did, but Chiefs their defense is 3rd in the league in points per game allowed. I'd imagine going against backup quarterbacks that they should hold most teams under 20.
You would hope, yeah.
Even with bad receivers, hopefully, Mahomes gets it done. For someone that has over 11.5 and needs 4 straight, I'm rooting for it.
Okay, next up, we got Matthew Cherf.
What up, Cherf?
Who is the best team in the AFC? Also, let's get a quick top 10 team power ranking going.
Honestly, at this point, it's hard for me to not say the Ravens is the top team in the AFC. I mean, I was down on them coming into the year, but their defense has been crazy this year. I mean, their offense can put up points, but their defense has been the biggest surprise to me. I did not expect them to be playing this well, although they are coming off letting up 31 points to the Rams. But still, outside of that game, I mean, they've shut down some good offenses this year.
And they've blown out some really good teams.
Yeah.
I think Baltimore is the clear choice. I mean, they have more signature wins than Miami, who's behind them at 9-4.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously,
I think Miami and Jacksonville are fraudulent anyway.
Yeah, and the Chiefs have been struggling. So
yeah,
I think Baltimore is the clear number 1 team in the AFC. Now for a power ranking, quickly, I mean, I'll go Niners 1.
I go Baltimore 1.
I got...
and then I go Niners 2.
I got Baltimore 2. I got Dallas 3.
I still go Philly 3.
Okay. That's fair. That's fine. I
go Dallas 4.
I go Eagles 4.
Okay, so we've been the inverse.
Yeah, we keep
times.
inversing.
Then I go Kansas City 5.
I got Kansas City 5 too.
Okay. 6. I go.
It's tough because then you want to go Detroit. Do you want to go Miami? Do you want to go Jacksonville?
I'll still give Miami the nod at 6. 7. I go. Yeah, I saw that. 7. I go.
Thanks, Garrett, for the graphic. Yeah, I'll go Miami
now, but it's fine.
I'll go Miami 6. I'll go Detroit 7. I'll go Jacksonville 8.
I don't know. Detroit's not. I don't even know. Detroit's like 10 for me at this point.
I'll go Jacksonville 8. I'll go Cleveland 9.
I have Cleveland ahead of Detroit right now.
And I'll go Buffalo 10.
So I left off with Jacksonville at 6. I put Cleveland at 7 right now. Buffalo at 8. And I will do... Who am I forgetting? There's probably someone I'm forgetting.
You have Detroit still.
Detroit, I said at 10. There's one more team I'm forgetting.
You said Jacksonville?
Yeah.
You can't go Pittsburgh.
No. Maybe I'll go Denver at 9. They've been playing well.
Denver? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up, we got Jerry Cranberry.
Jerry!
JJ.
If you could have 11 clones of one player to field the team, who would it be?
One player to field a team.
High school Jared Crampton.
Give me Tyreek Hill because we'll just run around everybody.
Do you think he could block like some D?
You know what? He's just gonna run around him. That's the thing. Right. You know, a bunch of 5 Tyreeks just cut block.
Give me 11,
and then it's just read option with Tyreek.
All right.
Give or take, and then RPO with
give me
a
11,
bunch of Tyreeks.
Give me 11 Derrick Henrys to just run over your Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's.
Defense,
you know what? Derrick Henry's probably a better pick. I'm not gonna lie.
They're just gonna run over your Tyreek Hills, and then they'll get a few stops.
Yeah, but I got Tyreek Hill just sprinting down the sideline though. Derrick ain't covering him.
Yeah, but we got a few.
But Tyreek ain't tackling Derrick.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I feel like there's a better chance that Derrick gets a stop than Tyreek.
Imagine a team of Tyreek Hills going against a team of Derrick Henrys. They'd get abused.
Yeah,
I think they'd score. I think they'd score every possession though.
No, they'd get stopped like once or twice.
No way.
They're gonna get hit. They're gonna get blown up.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Tyreek's
not
stopping the run.
Explain to me how these Tyreek Hills are blowing past the guys when all the Derrick Henrys already in the backfield.
What about a team of Aaron Donalds?
They're cutting, bro.
Also, realize Tyreek Hill's your quarterback, so is he really going to be throwing a bomb down the field to the wide open Tyreek Hill?
I told you, I thought Derrick Henry was a better choice after I heard it.
Okay?
But I'm just saying, I still think Tyreek Hill's going to score.
Give me prime Colin Tong at Voorhees High School, number 32.
All right. Next, we got, would you rather your fantasy team win a championship for the next 5 years in a row in your main league, or your favorite team win a championship next year?
My favorite team win the championship.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a no-brainer.
Say that one more time.
I win a fantasy league every year.
Would you rather your fantasy team win for 5 straight years or your favorite team win next year?
Would you rather the Jets win the Super Bowl next year?
Oh, the Jets win the Super Bowl.
Or your favorite league, your biggest league, you win it.
I also have
straight.
control over the fantasy thing.
Freak over fantasy like Jared, where he cares about that more than
But also, you have control over your fantasy team, so you have no impact on your NFL team. But at least on your fantasy team, you could still do that technically.
Yeah, I mean, I do 4 leagues a year. I usually win a league a year. I'm fine with that split.
That's amazing, sir.
Yeah, this guy knows fantasy ball.
How many times have you won your main league? The one you have your
0. But I've also seen my team win 0 Super Bowls. So
okay,
I've seen 2 Super Bowls. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
Oh, it's awesome.
But how am I going to pay for that Super Bowl ticket without winning 5 leagues?
That's true. That's true. How about do the 5, then your main team wins the next year. You take the money.
How about I'll win 5 leagues and then I'll spot Joe and Colin the money for their team to go win the Super Bowl.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to send someone from around the felt to the big game.
Yeah, actually, I'll win I'll just get in a couple $1 million entry leagues and win in 5 years in a row.
Just send us.
Yeah, be this is my main league.
All right, little trivia here.
All right.
Who out of the following players allows the least yards per target?
Deontay Banks.
I was gonna read the names.
Is that the answer?
Well, it's one of the options. So the first one is Deontay Banks. The next one is Sauce Gardner. Next is Sean Lattimore and Marlon Humphrey. Who is
Deontay Banks.
Well, I would have said Banks just because you're a Giants fan. Also,
I knew before even asked.
I wouldn't have
saw it on Twitter.
I also would not have said Marshawn Lattimore because he's injured, and then Marlon Humphrey's just I don't know. Lattimore and Humphreys haven't had great years.
Yeah, but Sauce is not on Banks' level. The bank is closed on Sundays, bro.
Bank's closed on Sundays.
So he's Chick-fil-A. Got to get him a sponsor with Chick-fil-A.
You see his new chain? It's sick.
I didn't.
It's a bank building with caution tape over it.
All right, let's go.
Bank's closed.
I see a giant meatball on TD. I want him to wear a meatball chain.
Well, he just wears a TD chain.
Yeah, he just wears TD.
Wow.
For touchdown, if you didn't figure that one out.
TD
touchdown.
Tommy, baby.
I see that.
Touchdown Tommy.
All right, next up we got Max.
What up, Heath?
Hey.
At what point will Purdy get his flowers? Super Bowl?
I mean, I was willing to give him his flowers
Purdy.
weeks ago,
Heath
and then
Purdy.
he went, and then the Niners started to lose a few games and had that cold streak, and then it kind of went away. But I mean,
I really wish I had the stat pulled up. It was like a split of Jimmy Garoppolo in 2019 stats compared to Brock Purdy stats this year through 13
in
games.
fairness, we were giving Jimmy G his flowers
and they
back
were
then too.
very similar.
Yeah,
and
sure
then it's by the way, Jimmy G didn't have Ayuk or Christian McCaffrey, and I was like, interesting, very interesting.
Pretty crazy.
Don't get me wrong, Purdy's a good quarterback. I think he's one of those guys that doesn't elevate the players around him. But you got to give him credit.
He's also doing what he's supposed to do.
Yes, you got to give him credit. He's running the offense really well.
I will give him his flowers because he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So I'll give him his flowers. I'm gonna give him his flowers when he's doing it. If he was playing like shit, then I'd be giving him shit. So when he's playing well, I'll give him his flowers. I don't need to make excuses for it and be like, well, actually, look who his weapons are. So there's an asterisk on that. No, he's playing good football. He might be the MVP. Might be the MVP.
He's playing good football. I'm not saying he's not.
My boy
I'm just saying I don't think
MVP.
he's an MVP, is what I'm saying. I don't think he's the most valuable player on his own team. I don't even think he's top 3 on his own team.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't even think he's top 4.
Quite interesting.
Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams are all more valuable to that team.
Okay.
In that order?
No, not in that order.
Okay.
I just said 4 names.
Start, bench, cut, fantasy receivers with backup quarterbacks. Jamar Chase, Adams, and Keenan Allen.
Well,
man.
I'd say I'm starting Jamar just because he's the youngest, so it's I'm
also starting Jamar,
and they also seem to scheme up more plays for him. I mean, we haven't even seen Keenan outside of a half with Easton Stick. Obviously, he's not playing in tonight's game. So I don't know. I'll probably I'll trade Keenan and I'll cut Adams just because Adams' production, he's been with O'Connell for a while, and we
have game tape on him.
Such a big sample size.
Yeah, we have a bigger sample
Chase
size.
has had a boom game already with Browning. Adams really hasn't, and then Keenan's just been so good this year, and also since he plays in the slot, he'll be more of a safety blanket to me for Stick. So
I'm definitely gonna start Chase. I'm debating between the two, and it's only because we haven't seen Keenan with Stick, and I mean we have no idea what Stick's gonna be. So I'm debating it, but also Keenan Allen has 108 catches this year, so he's gonna they're gonna funnel him the football.
Yep.
You know, but also it's Devontae. You know, I'll go with you, Reagan. I'll take the same.
If Belichick goes to the Chargers, what is your prediction for their Super Bowl odds?
Well,
I don't think he goes there, but if he were to go there,
Hypothetically.
what would be the odds for them to win the Super Bowl going into next year? I'd say they'd
plus 1,500.
Plus 1,000.
You think lower?
Yeah.
See, this is the
Because
only.
Where were they going into this season?
I think they're around plus 2,000.
So this is my only thing with the Chargers. Like, yeah, having Belichick would be huge because we've seen him clearly. I mean, he's won 6 Super Bowls with great quarterback play, right? And that Patriots defense, even without Judon and Christian Gonzalez, is still top 10 in the league this year, which is really impressive. So you know he's going to hone down the defense. But what people don't realize is the Chargers are $50 million over the cap next year. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to do something, whether that's getting rid of some of those vets like a Khalil Mack or something, or pushing more money down the road, because if you're bringing in Belichick, he's going to be 72 years old by the time of next season. You're win now. You have to be win now. And even with Justin Herbert. But his contract's kicking in too. So would I take him in the Super Bowl? No. Will it be better? Absolutely. But, I mean, they have a lot of work to do outside of just bringing in a new coach.
All right. And lastly, jbatoff at hotmail.com.
Damn, you are hot, Jake. You are a hot male.
You are. No, he's a chicken, bro.
Hotmail Jakey, all right? Are the Miami Dolphins frauds?
Oh, Reagan said it
I mean,
earlier.
I guess you haven't been listening to the podcast much. I've been beating the drum on this. They're very big frauds, clearly. I mean, Tua looked terrible. Titans were a team that can't win on the road. Like, they got their first road win against the Dolphins. Like, I don't know. They really haven't beat anybody. I think they're going to get exposed this week against the Jets. Like, I still think they win, but I don't think they're going to look good this week because Tyreek Hill not being at 100% is pretty evident that this offense is a shell of itself. So I think they are frauds, yeah.
That's a good point, Reagan. Without Tyreek Hill, that offense is beat, and that just put Tua's MVP push, even though he wasn't towards the top, it died when Tyreek went out because Tua looked terrible. Apparently, obviously, I didn't watch the game, but that's what everyone was.
Move the ball.
Yeah, that's the talk.
And it looked
from the
bad
game.
on Waddle too, because he didn't do anything. Like, all of his yardage came when Tyreek was on the field.
Yeah, it's weird. So Tyreek Hill is clearly the MVP of that team. Like you said, if he's not 100%, it hurts them. I do still think they're frauds. Now, I don't think it'll show in the regular season because 4 of their last 5 are at home, and they play really well at home, and they have a nice home field advantage. But if they have to go to like a cold weather stadium in the playoffs, I mean, they've been beaten up on bad teams all year. They get exposed by good teams. I don't think they can get to the AFC Championship game. I think their ceiling is the divisional round.
Okay. Question number 2 from Jake.
Oh, Jake got 2 in, huh?
What's up, Snakey?
Jake had a few, actually.
Let's
Oh,
go,
he's
Snakey.
got more.
He has 3.
Wow.
Prediction for the Giants' remaining 4 games.
I think they go...
Like I said, if you listen to the last podcast, but it's all right, Jake.
Unbiased fan hat is off. You can go.
I think they go 1-3.
Do
I'm not sure if it's gonna be a win against the Saints or who's the other one they're playing.
The Rams.
The Rams. I think they're gonna win one of those. They're gonna go 1-1 in those 2, and I think they're gonna lose to Philly both times.
All right.
I also think they go 1-3. Unbiased. But I do think they beat New Orleans this weekend, 4 in a row. They lose to the Eagles, they lose to the Rams, they lose to the Eagles. That's my prediction.
If they can beat New Orleans this week, though, I do think they can beat New Orleans or the Rams. I just can't see them beating both.
Yeah, but this one's on the road. The Rams are at home, but
the Rams have also been on fire.
The Rams are playing really good football.
Saints are trending down.
The Rams are playing really good football, yes. So that's why I'm going to go with a win this week against the Saints, and then they lose the last 3.
All right, now that it's back on.
Now it's back on. Yeah, I had to put it back on.
So what's the take with it on?
No, same take.
All right.
4-0, baby. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Same take.
That's not working right now.
Tommy D, without
They're going to win out, and then you're going to have to caddy 18 holes for me.
Without my glasses on.
If they make the playoffs, you have to caddy 18
Without
for
my
me.
glasses on, he looks like Eli Manning.
Question number 3. Are the Patriots better off with or without Belichick?
With?
I mean, come on. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Now, the thing is, like, could a change of scenery be nice at this point?
Yeah, but I don't...
Maybe.
For Belichick or for the Patriots?
My whole thing is, like, Mike Tomlin, won Super Bowl, has been the Steelers coach for a long-ass time. He barely gets over 500 every year. They lose in the playoffs. You know, like, he's still around. Nobody's ever, like, every year, like, is it time to get rid of Tomlin? Belichick, 6 Super Bowls, starting to decline a little bit, and they're like, let's get rid of him. It's like, I don't know. To me, it's a little weird that, like, everyone's saying this when there's older coaches. Like, Pete Carroll, like, he's been around for a while. There's a lot of other coaches that have been around for a long time that haven't done anything and have had some down years, and then they go up and have good years. So, to me, I don't understand why any Patriots fan or anyone would want to get rid of him, because he could easily have a great season next year.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with the Patriots is Belichick's roster construction as opposed to his coaching. I don't hate his coaching, but also they've been bad the past few years, but it's because they got the quarterback wrong. It's because he took Mac Jones from his boy Nick Saban in Alabama. That's what really put him back. So he picked the wrong quarterback, and at this stage, when he's going to be 72 at the start of next season, you know, time's ticking. I mean, I think they are still better off with Bill Belichick. Like, who are you going to bring in that's... I don't know.
Staley, maybe?
Yeah, they just swap. Make a quick little trade. Yeah.
Trade ski.
If they swap, the Patriots might go winless next year. Yeah, let's be honest. Because that defense is going to be bad with Staley calling it.
Oh, gosh.
All right, and last we got a punishment idea from Jake.
All right, Jake.
Loser of that week's punishment has to temporarily dye, and he spelled dye as in D-I-E, their hair.
I don't want to die, Jake.
He wants you to kill your hair for a week. He wants you to dye your hair pink for a week.
Jake, that's
Terrible.
just...
Jake,
we're not doing that.
Or wear a dress for a whole week.
Jake, some of us actually have jobs, dude. We can't dye our hair fucking pink and wear a dress.
You could.
Yeah, that's probably the worst punishment idea we've had. That is just...
I mean, you're not going to die or anything if you do it.
Yeah, you're going to die.
I mean...
Murder that hair.
I think the dress, like, doing something in a dress could be a good idea, but, like, also, like, wearing a dress for a week, like, the hygiene would be kind of gross, and also, like, how are we supposed to get a video out of that?
He said for the pod.
You just sneak into each other's house at night to make sure you're wearing a dress.
But I didn't say that because it would have been funny to imagine you having to wear one just for straight week.
Jake, but I mean, I like to see you with pink hair, chicken.
Jake, I actually...
I've seen it with no hair, and I don't want to see it again, that's for sure.
Jake, I'm not going to lie, dude. Like, I fuck with you. You're chill as fuck, but, like... I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Is that all the questions?
Yeah, that's all we got.
All right, guys. We're going to
take
Jake
and friends.
Yeah, thanks, Jake and friends. We're going to take...
You did a great job.
You did, yeah. I mean, except for the last part. But
yeah, that was really good.
We're going to take a quick break, guys. What's up, everyone? It's Colin from Around the Felt. If you didn't know, now you do. Around the Felt hoodies are dropping this upcoming Friday, thanks to Ed over at Masterpiece Designs. I'm wearing my white one right now. It's comfortable as hell. I love it. The styles look great. We got white, we got black, we got red, we got blue. Would look great under the Christmas tree for your friends and family. Shout out to Ed at Masterpiece Designs for getting this done for us. Now let's get back to the episode.
You can go.
All right, everyone. Welcome back in. So Thursday night game is currently going on as we're recording. Got a late start. Just want everyone to know it's currently 21-0 Raiders. I have Raiders. Reagan has Chargers.
Is it too late to switch?
Yeah, it's too late to switch.
All right, then we ride that shit out. If I know anything about Brandon Staley, he's good at coming back and winning games.
No, I think it's the other way around. He's good at blowing games. But
whatever.
All right, first game. We got Saturday games this week. We got 3 of them. Minnesota at Cincinnati. Cincinnati 3-point favorite at home. The over-under is 40.5. Reagan, who are you backing?
Well, let me just start with this. It's my upset of the week.
Nice and early, the upset pick of the week.
Yes. I actually think Minnesota rolls here, dude. Their defense has actually been on a tear. Brian Flores has those guys playing well. Just coming off a shutout.
Minnesota is top 5 in run defense this year.
Yeah, and well, that means Joe Mixon, temper expectations.
He sucks.
Well, he's good for fantasy, though. But still, I think it's going to be, I think the Vikings roll here. I don't know, score prediction, maybe, I think it'll be low scoring again, like maybe 17-13 Vikings.
You just said they roll.
And
you have them winning by 4.
No, I don't mean like...
No, when you say they roll.
I mean like roll, like keep it going with the wins, like their win streak, like rolling along.
Okay.
That's what I was saying, but you didn't let me finish.
How long's their win streek?
Well, they just beat the Raiders, so I think they keep rolling along the win streak and get to 2.
So I think it's 1.
I don't know. Why? I think they keep it rolling, the wins.
They lost before that to the Bears.
Okay, but they're on a 1-game winning streak, and I think they keep it rolling.
So
12-10.
How do you build a snowman? You start with one piece of snow, and then you roll it forward.
It's just odd, like, keep the win streak rolling. Like, they're
yeah,
on a 1-game winning streak.
Streak.
They're on a 1-game winning streak.
All right, well, I'm sorry. But anyway, I have the Vikings winning here. I do think Ty Chandler has a big game.
I hope he does.
Volume.
I hope he does.
I think
What
for
about
fantasy, he's
Justin?
a good start. Justin.
No, Justin could chill this week. He
I
could
want
chill.
Justin to
He
go
could chill.
I don't know.
All
If he's
over.
fully healthy, I think he could have a big game. But, like, I don't know.
How
Like,
do you know he's not?
because he's on the injury report.
yeah.
You know, you don't.
He says he's going to play it, but he's
I mean,
obviously...
typically when you're on the injury report, that
don't
means
know.
you're
You
not
don't
fully
know.
healthy. But I guess that's true. He could be faking it, a little gamesmanship. But yeah, I mean, I'm not touching his props, but for fantasy, you have to play him, obviously.
I'm rocking with Cincinnati. My Super Bowl ticket is not dead. Jake Browning has an 82% completion percentage in his last 2 starts.
Wow.
Just feed Jamar Chase, baby.
Wow.
Like you said, they're not going to be able to run the ball against this Minnesota team, I don't think. Let's get Jamar Chase the ball early and
Give him that
often.
shit.
I want him to have 10 catches for over 100 and a touchdown in this one.
Okay.
Jake Browning's going to light up the secondary. Bengals roll. How about that?
Yeah. Hey, we're going to have a parlay for these 3 games also.
We are. A little
parlays
Saturday
this
special.
week.
2
Two
parlays
parlays.
this week. And we're fucking due, boys. You know we're due.
We're so due.
We're
Until
so
you pick a
crazy person if you don't take it.
Well,
Yeah, you're crazy.
Until this guy
We are
decides
so
to pick
due.
some random anytime touchdown score that doesn't hit. And we're
I
like,
already know what his
shucks.
leg is for Sunday.
Yeah. Bijan to score is my leg for Sunday.
dude, stop taking the anytime touchdown
They're
scores.
playing Carolina.
I don't care.
I
hate
love
him.
the
I hate him
touchdown
so
scores.
much because
All right.
he's never hit him. No, I don't think he's ever hit one.
What do you mean, dude? I hit a 4-leg touchdown score parlay. Like
Oh,
every
I'm
week.
sorry. Oh, viewers.
Ours. Ours.
Okay, viewers. You guys care when he hits bets that he doesn't tell you guys about. No, they care about our parlay.
I know, but Bijan's gonna score. Don't worry.
If it doesn't hit, you're banned from taking any time.
All right,
touchdown
next.
scores in the parlay. You hear me? Banned.
No,
B-A-N-N-E-D.
it's my pick. I can do whatever
Banned.
the hell I want with it.
Banned.
Pittsburgh at Indianapolis. The Colts are 1.5-point favorites. The over/under 42.5. Now I know the Colts are trending more upward than the Steelers. The Steelers lost to Cincinnati,
Yep. Patriots
Arizona,
and the Patriots.
and the Patriots.
Yeah.
That is terrible because Arizona and the Patriots right now are picking 2 and 3 in the draft. So I feel like everyone and their mother and maybe their cousin is going to be on the Colts in this one.
And their grandmother.
But I think the Steelers bounce back in this one. I think the running back tandem gets going. I think the defense does a good job. The Colts' rushing offense has struggled since Taylor went down. Moss is not on that hot streak that he was early in the season. They're averaging 45.5 rush yards per game over the last 2. And against the Steelers front, I'm not very confident in that. Now, am I going to be confident in Gardner Minshew? No, I am not.
No.
So even though the Steelers are averaging 148 passing yards a game over the last 3 with Trubisky, I don't give a shit. It's going to be Najee and Jalen Warren, and they're going to get the job done. Upset on the road.
All right, well, I'm actually riding with the Colts here. This Steelers team's really, really pissing me off, so I'm not going to touch him. But I do agree with you in the sense that I do think Najee and Jalen Warren have good games. I know the Colts are ranked 32nd against the run for fantasy aspects, so I think they both have good games. You can start them both, unless you have them both. And if I'm leaning one way, I'd say Najee, just because ever since they got rid of Canada, he's been the guy they've gave more touches to out of the 2, and he'll get he'll get the goal line touches. So, but I think this game is close, but actually sneaky high scoring.
You know, I actually saw a stat that Jalen Warren, for running backs to have at least 100 carries this year, he's first in the league in yards after contact and first in the league in missed tackles forced.
Wow.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Very interesting. So
Well, they got a nice little 1-2 punch there.
Yeah, they do got a nice little 1-2
When it
punch.
works.
It'd help if they could throw the ball a bit.
Yeah, no,
Take
it
some
definitely
pressure
would
off
open
them.
up a lot.
Next, Denver. Broncos country, let's ride. Is at Detroit. The Lions are 4.5-point favorites. The over/under set at 48. Reagan, I think I know who you're backing
I'm
here.
taking Denver, and
Yeah,
they're
I knew
upsetting
it.
those frauds. They're going to go win.
So why isn't this your upset pick of the week? Why is it Minnesota?
I just
Cincy?
liked Minnesota more.
Okay,
I
because
felt
this
more
is a bigger
confident in
spread. This you feel more confident in Minnesota.
I do feel
than
more
Denver.
confident. I do have confidence here, but I just still it's hard to get fully behind that Broncos offense because they do piss me off. Something's got to give here because while they can put up points, it's so ugly watching this offense. But Detroit's defense is so bad. Whatever the over is, I'm taking it. I think there's a ton of points given up.
48.
Yeah, I'm taking the over. I think that's honestly a low line. I think it should be in the 50s because the Lions, like I said, have let up 26 or more in the past 5 games. And Denver, Well, their defense has been playing better, and I know their numbers are skewed a lot. They still have a negative point differential, even with a winning record, obviously.
The Dolphins game.
Yes. But I think they win here. I think it's high scoring. I'm going to say, I think 31-28.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I have Detroit winning, but I do have Denver covering the 4.5. The key to this game will be the turnover battle. Detroit has 3 or more turnovers in 3 of the last 4 games. So if you can turn over Jared Goff and have him throw interceptions, then they can't really rely on the run game as much. Yep. That's how you beat Detroit. And Denver's tied for the league lead with 24 takeaways this season. And Denver, I don't know. It does scream Denver. But I just think Detroit at home gets it done. I think they win by a field goal. So I think Denver covers, but...
Is it going to be a Gibbs game or a Montgomery game?
It sucks picking between the two.
I lean Gibbs.
I actually lean Gibbs as well in this one. He's more explosive.
I just think it's so risky the way this team's been bleeding points on defense. So unless their offense plays well, which clearly it hasn't been as of recent, so I lean the Gibbs. Gibbs will be involved no matter what, but at least if they're down, he's going to get all the passing work, but he'll still get his carries if they're up.
Yeah,
So
I like
he's
Gibbs.
A safer option.
I also think Gibbs is a better player. I'm not going to lie to you, but
yeah.
I digress. Next, Chicago. The Bears. They've been hot, man. And they're at Cleveland with Joe Flacco. Cleveland's a 3-point favorite. The over-under 38.5. Who are you riding with?
Cleveland.
Me too.
3.5 at home. Are you kidding me?
3. Just 3.
Oh, 3. 3 at home? Oh, my gosh. Dude, they're winning by double digits.
Browns are 5-1.
They're winning by double digits.
They're 5-1 straight up and 5-1 against the spread at home. And they lead the NFL in total defense, allowing 263 yards per game.
Score prediction, 24-6. Browns.
Wow, a beatdown. Yeah, I definitely think the Bears come back down to earth here. They're a little too hot for my liking. Mm-hmm. I think the Browns defense shuts them down.
Yep.
At home. But I don't know. I'm not really confident in this Browns offense. I'm not confident in the run game in this one. I think Joe Flacco has another good game.
The Bears' run defense has been better.
What's your Joe Flacco stat prediction?
I think Flacco throws for, I think he goes 26 of 35 for 242. 2 touchdowns and a pick.
I got 28 for 47.
47 passes!
I think he's going to be slanging that thing. I think he goes for 315,
Jesus.
2 touchdowns, and a pick. Because I think he just has to throw a pick every game.
Yeah.
It just seems like he's on fire and he throws one really bad ball and you're like, all right, well.
This Bears secondary has been playing really well
as
well. So
yeah, they have.
Yes, since they got Montez Sweat. So it's a low total. 38.5 is a low total. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I still lean the under.
I lean the under, as my score prediction reflects.
Next, Tampa Bay is at Green Bay. The Packers are 3.5-point favorites at home, coming off that tough loss to Tommy DeVito and the New York Football Giants on the road. The over/under
I didn't know he does this. What is this?
42.5.
I thought it's more like this. Yeah, come on, do it right.
42.5.
Yeah, he's doing it wrong. He's like deuces.
No, it's not what I did. Reagan, are the Packers bouncing?
You went like this. You're like 666.
Are the Packers bouncing back in this one?
He is not. You ain't no Paisone.
Are they bouncing? Can you answer my goddamn question? Are they bouncing back or not?
Well, last time I said you ain't a Paisone, I guess. Yeah, they are bouncing back here. I think it's a big bounce back game. I think they're a lot more talented.
What is that?
I think Patrick Taylor, we didn't even highlight it before in the breaking news, but A.J. Dillon's doubtful. I guess he broke his thumb against the Giants. I think Aaron Jones has already been ruled out. If not, I'd go scoop up Patrick Taylor in your fantasy leagues. I think he's a good start here. He seemed to have more juice in this game. He had a lot less work than A.J. Dillon, but he definitely had more juice in him. So I'd definitely pick him up for a spot start.
Yeah, I'm back in Green Bay as well, straight up and against the spread at home.
No, I didn't like that reference at all.
Oh, God.
Baker, in his last 2 games in Lambeau, has thrown 5 picks. Now, I know you mentioned Taylor, but the Bucs actually rank 30th in pass defense. Their run defense is much more stout. So I think Jordan Love has a good bounce-back game here. Jaden Reed keeps it rolling. Hopefully they get Christian Watson back. But yeah, I think the Packers at Lambeau are tough to beat, and I think it's a bad matchup for the Bucs. Next, the Chiefs. The struggling Chiefs, the crybaby Chiefs. 7.5-point favorites on the road at the terrible New England Patriots. The over-under is a very low 37. Reagan, do the Chiefs get back on track, or does Bill Belichick have something up his sleeve?
You know what? I was thinking about it that they get back on track, but no, they don't.
His pick.
I did switch it. No, they win. So by winning, they get back on. They win, but they win ugly.
You don't think they win by more than a touchdown?
No. I don't. I think the Patriots defense has been playing well. Obviously, it sounds like Pacheco's not going to play, so that's a big aspect of this Chiefs offense that really doesn't have a ton of weapons. I think the Patriots are going to do what they do best, get rid of Kelsey, the best option, and then it comes down to those really good wide receivers that everyone's been talking about all year. But I do like Rashid Rice in this game, just because I think he's going to be the only option to throw the ball to, since I think they're going to do everything to take out Kelsey.
Yeah, I think this game goes under. I think it's ugly, but I mean, the Chiefs have allowed the third fewest points per game so far this season, and New England
I think like 14-10
has scored the least. So I think Chiefs are going to win 17-3 in this one. It's ugly, but a much-needed win to get them back on track.
Yeah, I think Zeke, McKinnon, guys that probably aren't rostered as much yet, definitely viable options in this matchup.
All right, Atlanta, 3-point favorites on the road at the pitiful Carolina Panthers. The over-under is a very low 33.5. Reagan, you taking Atlanta or just Carolina?
This was a big brain play for me. I have the Panthers winning and covering here because I feel like the plus 3.5.
Is it because I have over-under 8.5
no,
for the Falcons?
I'm not even. I know because I had the Falcons and I was like, wait, the Panthers are dog shit and they're 3.5 point underdogs. I don't care if it's at home. Like
3-point dogs.
3-point dogs. I don't care if it's at home, man. Like that's just. It seems like it should be a big line, so I'm trying to big brain it here and be like, oh, why everyone's gonna bet on Atlanta, so somehow the Panthers win and cover here. So
Carolina's currently on a 6-game losing streak. And in those 6 games, they have not scored more than 18 points. So you think Carolina eclipses 18, or do you think their defense holds down Atlanta?
I'd say their defense holds down Atlanta. I'm taking the under. This game's going to be ugly in my books.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Atlanta, partially because I have over 8.5, partially because the Panthers are the worst team in football and have one win all season.
Well, yeah, I agree with you
also,
on that.
partially because Bijan Robinson's going to go for over 100 yards and score in this game.
Partially, this does seem like a smash play for the Falcons, which scares me because that line's low and it seems like it should be higher.
Yeah, I am surprised it's only 3.
That's what scares me. So
the Falcons just love to play close games, though. They do.
That's also true, but it just scares me that the
I think
line's
they
that
win.
low.
I think they win by 4, Reagan.
I'm startled. I can see the Falcons. Like in my mind, the Falcons should win by like double digits.
17-13. How about that? That's my score prediction.
Sure.
For this one.
Sure.
Next, the Giants, baby. Tommy DeVito, 3-game winning streak are at the New Orleans Saints. They're at the New Orleans Saints.
Coming in like this. You got a little more flick of the wrist. Yeah, you see that pie zone?
Hey, bought it up, Opie. Huh?
You're coming in like this every time. You're like 6.
I'm just doing this. You know what I mean? It's
well,
not,
I mean, like he's your quarterback. You should do it right.
I mean, relax, dude.
I'll do psychedelics.
I don't know why you're getting so butthurt
about
about
it. And if I ever tell,
He's protecting my Italian fellas over there.
Ah,
he knows a guy.
Who?
You know a guy.
I got some Italian in me.
Do you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a smidge. Like a very small. Very small amount. I'm not that
like
Italian.
5?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, me and Tommy DeVito are basically, we're basically
Reagan, you
boys.
got any pie zone?
I got 25%.
Hey.
Wow, look at you. About it, Whoopie. You should open your own pizza shop.
That's why he was getting defensive.
That's why he's getting so upset.
I just don't like you disrespecting my people like that.
The Saints are 6-point favorites at home. The over-under is 39. Reagan, I have a feeling you're going to go with your Saints, but can you confirm it? What's your reasoning for this one? You want to back the hot streak the Giants are on?
No, I don't. I'm shocked the line's this big, but this is another one where
I was surprised too.
This is another one where it's like I want to say the Giants are going to cover here, but it's like, why the hell is the line so big?
Yeah, I thought it'd be really like 4, 3.5 maybe.
I'm just doing that thing where I try to big brain Vegas, and I'm like, you know what? They're screaming everyone to hammer the Giants. A bada boopie's been going on.
Yeah, bada boopie. I feel like you're better when you big gut it instead of big braining it, but that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna big brain it.
This is not a game I want to watch. I think this is gonna be an ugly defensive.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm so excited for this ball game. The Giants are gonna stay hot. Darren Waller's back in the lineup. Saquon stays hot. Hopefully Jalen Hyatt gets involved. Wandell keep it going. The defense is balling. Come on, baby. Giants win again. Make it 4. Make it 4.
Keeps it going. There's gonna be some crazy fits at MetLife. People wearing the fedoras and just.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully this week. Hopefully we see a ton of them in
turtlenecks. Like people just going full out Italian mob.
I'll be interested to see if all the Italian mob
what
goes
I will
down
say
to New
is,
Orleans for this one.
I
think they have to. I think they will be.
Do not play Darren Waller in fantasy this week. If you're in the playoffs and you made it in, I don't think you could play him. I don't think it's worth it because we see guys get re-aggravated in injuries. They come in pretty limited off of injuries. Like that, it was hamstring, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was hammy. I have Waller in my league, but I'm starting
him.
I'm starting Isaiah Likely over him.
I would try to find other options because even if he's limited, like you don't want that. Like I'd want a guy that's playing like all the snaps. So
yeah, I doubt he gets a full workload.
That's why. So yeah. I would not play Waller.
What if he just like drags his nuts all over your face?
I didn't consider that.
What if he just kicks your ass and stuffs you in a locker,
Literally.
bro?
Didn't
And then
consider
just
that
has
either.
like
He's a
40
big dude.
fantasy points.
Well, I guess it's good for the podcast then. If Darren Waller comes down and
He's just eating a cutlet like post game.
I guess so.
All right, Reagan. Your Jets at Miami, 9.5-point dogs. The over-under is 37. Do your Jets cover?
They cover and lose. Get that pick. Get that pick.
Fake fan.
Fake
Well,
as
sorry.
fuck.
Reagan, in
Sorry,
case
man.
you forgot. The
I got my hope. I don't need my team to rally around this Italian mobster.
I'm just saying, Reagan.
I'm just saying.
In case you forgot.
If you know what's good with you.
I forget. Were you there for Black Friday? Oh, that's right. For the Round the Field.
Well, yeah, I was. Yeah,
You
you're
were.
right. I was there. And
On
yeah,
Black
we
Friday.
did start Tim Boyle. That is right.
Yeah,
and
and
Tyreek Hill was 100% healthy on Black Friday.
Tim
He was.
Boyle was playing corner too because you guys lost
Yeah,
34-13,
well-
and Tyreek
right,
and Waddle
right,
both
baby.
scored and went for over 100.
But I forgot that Tyreek was 100% healthy, and this Tyreek isn't.
Oh, okay.
So
And
I did say the
Mostert
Dolphins are gonna
Mostert
win.
also scored. Mostert also had over 80 yards in the game.
And also 20-mile-an-hour winds with rain. I don't know, man. That just screams low-scoring defensive battle. A lot of run plays. Can't throw the ball to Tyreek Hill when there's 20
Yeah,
mile
but
an hour
that
winds.
Jets run defense is susceptible. It is.
It is.
The pass
It is.
defense is their strength.
It's a lot
their
easier
strength.
to be better against the run when you know the team's got to run it because there's 20-mile-an-hour winds. But
Yeah, but I don't know. No one's been able to stop Raheem Mostert all year. Devon Achane, I don't know. I think
We'll
the
see.
Dolphins win, and I
we
think
shall
they
see
cover.
because, in fairness, he didn't do crap when Tyreek went out.
30
As soon as he comes back in, then he starts going off again.
31-17 Dolphins. That's my prediction.
Wow, that is bold on that score prediction. I'm going.
Yep.
I'm going 14. No, that's too. That even seems too high to me. I'm going to go 10-6 Dolphins.
Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, the weather's going to play a big factor.
Yeah, Mostert's gonna run for 200.
You'll hear from our local Paisano this Sunday on why.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, guys. When we get back, we're going to break down the rest of these games.
What's up, guys? I'm here to tell you guys about Masterpiece Designs. They're the ones making all the merch for us. They've been doing a great job. Right now, the newest item they started doing are the sweatshirts, which we're going to be releasing at this point when you're listening tonight. So make sure you get one. You can check out their stuff. They'll do custom stuff for you. I mean, they even offered for any order you guys want to do with them, regardless of what it is, because like they say, if you can think it, they can make it. They'll give you they will give you 10% off $50 or more. So like I said, that's Masterpiece Designs, so go check them out on Instagram. Click on their website. Place an order today. We've been thrilled with everything they've done throughout the process. Thank you, guys. All right, guys, welcome back in. We're going to finish off this 1 o'clock slate with the Texans and Titans. Is that correct?
That is correct, Reagan. The Titans are 3-point favorites at home. The over-under, 37 points. Are you backing those Titans?
This one was tough, obviously, because we don't know the health of Stroud.
He is in concussion protocol.
I am backing the Texans in this one because of the fact that I hope he plays. But also, I don't know. I mean, man, like this Titans team, they really pissed me off because they want to start winning games now that it seems like I've already lost that bet. I'm mainly just going with it because I hope Stroud plays, but I may end up changing if he doesn't. But you know what? No, I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to roll with it. The Texans' defense isn't terrible, and the Titans' offense has seen better days. But I have no. It's honestly hard to break down this game because C.J. Stroud is just such a big factor.
Yeah, I'll give you a factor that makes it not very difficult. Do you want to hear Derrick Henry's stat lines his last 5 games against Houston?
Sure.
This is not in order of the games. This is just in order from best performance to worst performance.
Okay.
I'll start with the worst performance.
Yeah, okay.
23 carries, 126 yards, 1 touchdown.
Very good.
32 carries, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Pretty good.
34 carries, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns.
All right.
22 carries, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. 32 carries, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm backing the Titans. They're 4-2 straight up at home. Both losses were by 1 score. C.J. Stroud, like we mentioned, concussion protocol. Without Tank Dell, we don't know about Nico Collins. And I think this is a big Derrick Henry game. I think Levis plays well. Henry runs the ball down their throat. Titans rolling home. They win by 10.
All right. So that might be your leg on Sunday.
Yeah, well, I could go Derrick Henry. I love Derrick Henry, but him to score is probably like minus 150. His yards is probably going to be over 90, maybe over 100. I don't know. I might go Derrick Henry. I might go Bijan. I'm on the fence. I got to see the lines.
Very intriguing.
Got to see the lines. Next.
Also, ever since I started fading my Titans, they started winning, so I'll just keep fading them.
Yeah, I'll take a win here, but I need them to lose like next week.
Yeah.
Next, the Niners, 12-point favorites on the road at Arizona. The over-under, 47.5. Reagan, are those Cardinals of yours going to cover?
That they are. They're going to cover, but they're going to lose.
I'd imagine you weren't going to pick them straight. My upset pick of the week. That'd be ballsy.
The Arizona Cardinals.
That'd be ballsy.
I just think because they're coming off of a bye week, which is crazy to say at this point so late in the season, but yeah, they actually are coming off of a bye week. I think they schemed up enough that they can compete in this game. They're at home, and you said the line was, what did you get? What did you say?
12.
12. So you're going to give me 12 points for a team at home that is better than we've seen in the beginning of the season. Obviously, getting back a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback helps. So, yeah, I'll take the points here, but I think the 49ers keep that winning streak going.
Yeah, I think the Niners beat the shit out of the Cardinals. I think they scored 34 in this game. They took their foot off the gas. This is a tough matchup for Arizona because the Niners have the best run defense in football. They're going to limit Connor. And then on the defensive side for Arizona, they are the worst team in the league against outside wide receivers, and Debo and Ayuk both popped off last week. I think they both pop off again this week. I think McCaffrey gets in the end zone, which sucks because I'm playing you in fantasy in the playoffs, and you have McCaffrey.
Oof.
But, yeah, I think this Niners passing game rolls, and they win 34-14.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for the card. Honestly, like McBride, Hollywood, I wouldn't start Michael Wilson, but McBride and Hollywood, I think, have big games here because I do think the 49ers are up big. And I
like
think
McBride more than Hollywood in this one.
Well, yeah. I mean,
actually, no, I don't. Fred Warner's going to be on his ass.
But I think they both have big games just because the Cardinals are going to get down early and going to be having to throw a lot.
That's fair. Next, the Commanders are at the Rams. The Rams, 6.5-point favorites, fresh off scoring 31 against that vaunted Baltimore defense. This Commanders defense is a different animal, a much weaker, worse animal than Baltimore defense. The over-under is very high, 50.5. I'm taking the Rams straight up, and they cover. They've covered in 3 straight, while Washington has failed to cover in 3 straight. They're trending in opposite directions. I think Kupp and Nakua absolutely shit on this Washington secondary. I think they both score. I think they both, I want to say they both go for 100. I think one falls slightly short. One of the two goes for over 100. One gets like 80 or 90. Stafford stays hot, and the Rams roll at home.
Yeah, I'm taking Washington to cover, but I got the Rams winning. I think this game's going to be closer than expected. Like I was just saying about the Cardinals, I just think there really is something in having a bye week, having that extra week to prepare on a team. Like you can scheme up more, watch more tape on the team. So I think that really is a big factor. But what I will say is Sam Howell, Matt Stafford both should have big games here. Like I'd honestly, like I know he thought it was crazy, but I'd start both those options over Patrick Mahomes this week in fantasy. Like I think those guys are primed. I think honestly they could end as the top 2 quarterbacks for them. So yeah, both guys I could see ending up as the top 2 fantasy options this week. So both I would definitely play.
I definitely like Stafford a lot this week. I think if you've been starting Stafford the last few weeks, you've been handsomely rewarded. I think he keeps that rolling. All right, next huge game, Dallas. Fresh off that thromping of the Eagles at Buffalo. Fresh off that win against the Chiefs in Arrowhead. The Bills are 2-point favorites at home in this one. The over-under, another high total, 50.5. Reagan, did the Cowboys keep rolling?
I got to check because this game was another one where it's like so tough to predict because both teams have obviously been on fire, but I'm taking Dallas here, man. Like Dak has been playing at an MVP level. It seems like he's a different version of himself, not the same old Dak. So I think they win here. I think this game is very high scoring. Definitely want a piece in this game. I think like obviously you're playing CD and Diggs and stuff, but like I think the guys like Ferguson, Kincaid, even Knox you could throw in there. I want to get as many options as I can in this game.
So. I like James Cook too.
James Cook. I think he's a lineup block at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of these guys that you like maybe don't start every week, I'm trying to get pieces in this game. But I'm going to take Dallas to win here. I don't think they win by much. I could see it coming down and they win by a field goal. I could see it being like 31-28 to be honest.
Yeah, I think Dallas can be a popular pick this week, being underdogs, just how they've looked recently, especially last week. But they are 3-3 on the road. They're a better team at home. Now, another thing I know I mentioned earlier with the turnovers in that Denver game, this is another big factor here. Dallas is second in the league in turnover differentials, so the key to their victory here is to get Allen to throw picks, put him in tough spots. That's how they're going to win. However, Allen at home has 17 touchdowns and 6 INTs. He's just built to play in Buffalo, his playing style, his arm strength, his size. So I do think the Bills win this one. I think they keep their playoff hopes alive. I think they get in a heater. And I do think they get into the playoffs at this point. I actually do. And I think this is going to be a big win for them. If you beat Kansas City and Dallas in back-to-back weeks, that's a huge momentum boost. So
yeah,
I do think the Bills at home, if this game was played in Dallas, I'd be taking Dallas. I just want to put that out there. I'm taking Buffalo because it's in Buffalo. Baltimore, 3.5-point favorites at Jacksonville Sunday Night Football. The over-under, 42.5. I know you think the Jaguars are frauds, Reagan.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking Baltimore. I am. Cover and win.
I do think they cover and win.
I mean, the defense is playing
well.
Trevor Lawrence is not 100%, and man, I'm just done. I'm done fading Baltimore, man. I'm bought in now.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Baltimore here as well. They've won 3 straight. Meanwhile, Jacksonville has lost 2 straight. Also, Odell Beckham Jr. has gone for 95 yards or more in 2 of his last 3. And to beat the Jags, you beat him through the air. I think Odell stays hot. Lamar stays hot. Also, Baltimore's 5-1 straight up on the road this season, and Lamar's only thrown 2 picks on the road.
Yeah, I mean, that stat doesn't really shock me. 5-1. I mean, what are they, 10-3 in the season? It's not like this team loses a lot.
Yeah, but they've actually been better on the road, winning percentage-wise. And Lamar's only thrown 2 picks on the road. So I think he has a big game through the air. Like you mentioned, Lawrence is not fully healthy. This is a really good Baltimore defense, although the Rams exposed him last week. But, yeah, I think Baltimore wins this one by a touchdown on the road. Finally, Monday Night Football. Eagles, 3.5-point favorites on the road at the Seattle Seahawks. The over-under, 48.5. Who you got in this one, brother?
I'm taking Philly here. This is a get-right game.
I agree. I'm also taking Philly to win and cover the 3.5.
And also, we don't even know if Geno's going to play. So if it's a true lock, I mean, that line's going to change a lot. Geno's questionable still with that groin injury, but I think he's going to have to play. I mean, because their season's coming down. Like, they got to start winning games.
What I will say, though, I think Seattle's actually match up pretty well against Philly because we all know
probably
Philly,
why the spread's that low.
Yes, and Seattle's at home, and they have a great home field advantage, but to beat Philly, you beat them through the air. And that wide receiver trio of DK, Lockett, and JSN is one of the league's best. Yeah. DK in his last 5 games is 23 catches for 410 yards and 5 touchdowns. So I think he feasts in this game, plus DK seems to play well in primetime always. So I like DK Metcalf in this one, but I do think the Eagles get right. They're not going to lose again. I think they win, I don't know. I want to say 28-24. They barely cover, but they get it done. 28-24. They get it done, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be high scoring. I mean, Geno's another guy, like, it's risky because we don't know if he's going to play, but I think if he does play, he's a very good option for fantasy this week.
I agree, but then again, it's Monday night, so...
I know, so you don't really have the luxury.
Yeah.
I picked up Drew Lock. I still got to decide in one of my leagues, so I picked him up as a handcuff option because obviously... If you don't, you roll the dice with Geno.
Damn.
You ain't going to pick up Jalen Hurts. So.
Who would have had your starting Drew Lock in the fantasy playoffs on your bingo card, huh?
Yeah, not me. Hopefully not me. So, Geno, please get healthy.
All right, that wraps up this pod. Guys, I know we've mentioned it. Hoodies are dropping tomorrow when you're listening to this. Today. They're dropping tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Tonight. We really would appreciate it. We got red, blue, white, and black.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
Ed, Masterpiece Designs. We love them, man. They're comfortable as hell. Make sure you enter the giveaway.
Yeah, well,
keep spreading the love.
Like
keep showing the love. Who
Come
doesn't
on.
like a free hoodie, man? I mean, these are nice, bro. So show some love. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in.